Yeah.
Right, you're right. I told you, I think you want to listen to me.
Got that through the post.
Tuesday
Tuesday the 21st, 6 p.m. Welcome everybody, councillors, members of the public, to the planning meeting. Before we start off, just need to 2 points of order. Councillor Brooks, camera is not in the recording zone. Are you going to move it?
No.
Can you minute that, please? And if the wherever he's gone, if the dog needs to go out or cause any disruption, then we go with it. Simple as that. And that, if it keeps whining, it becomes a distraction. Okay. Right. Apologies. Receive apologies for absence. So we got any apologies? So Newton wasn't going to be here, so we need a proposer. So Martin.
Yes.
Seconder. I'll second that. All those in favour? That's unanimous. Anybody else?
No.
Yeah, no, because
We had 2 resignations.
yeah, Peter and
Michael.
Michael both.
Oh, I didn't know that, sorry.
Okay, so that's apologies are done. Declarations of interest. Members are asked to declare if required any disposable pecuniary interest that may have in respect to items on the agenda, any other interest they may have in respect to items on the agenda. Has anybody registered any interests?
No.
Check
Chairman.
Right, nobody's registered any interest, so there's no interest being registered for this meeting.
Chairman, I'll make a comment, please.
No,
it's about interest. Sorry.
oh, you want to declare interest?
No, I don't want to declare an interest. What I want to do is to say that if the clerk is going to give me information 5 minutes before the meeting, it would be more appropriate to have that information given earlier in the day.
Councillor Brooks, you've been on the council for a number of years.
Yes, and I've read under the Localism Act. Sorry, Chairman.
Declarations of interest, then that's your problem, isn't it?
Chairman, I've read under the Localism Act that we have no such thing as predetermination anymore.
Right, what we're going to do, we're going to go on for the minutes. This is confirm the minutes of the meeting.
God, it's getting dreadful here.
Has everybody read the minutes? Has anybody got a query about the minutes? If not, then we're looking. Yeah, proposal by Anne. Seconder by Paul. And I think everybody can vote because everybody who was here was there. So all those in favour? Show of hands. So that's 4. All those against?
Abstain.
And 1 abstention.
Well, I didn't receive them to read them. So.
Yeah.
And while we're on about having a pause, can I ask for it to be minuted that I have no pecuniary interest in any of the applications on tonight's meeting, please, Clerk? Excuse me, Alison.
Pecuniary interest. You haven't got any pecuniary
No,
interest.
but then I'd like that minuted because the chairman is making an issue out of the fact that I have made a comment about 3 planning
I'm going to give you one
applications.
warning. This is the first warning that you are disrupting the meeting by continually interrupting and over-talking the chairman and other councillors. That is your first warning. If I give you
I'm
2
sorry,
warnings,
Chairman.
you will be excluded. I'm now moving on.
Chairman, I would like to clarify the point.
Members of the public, would you like to make any deputations about anything on this paper?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Right, moving swiftly on then to planning application 1, Mr. Smith, extension to the, Mrs. Smith, extension to the main hospital. This is in, which ward is this in? It's down in the south. West? South west, isn't it?
Yes, off the Ashton Road, is that near,
Right, has anybody got
Crossroads.
any comments or observations they want to make about this application? It looks really straightforward to me.
Can I just say that as a person that uses it for my dog, they are fantastic, and that they have had students before, but they've had to find accommodation elsewhere. And I think if they're living on the spot, they'll realise that it's not just a daytime job; it's a 24-hour job. And I think that it's an excellent idea to have their own place, and I don't think it's going to interfere with anybody else. So I think it's a really good idea.
Well, it certainly doesn't overlook any neighbourhood.
No,
It's got a lot of space.
Yeah.
So there's been, when I looked at this, which was before the weekend, there were no objections. There was nothing on the highways, they put no objections. Ecology, they put no objections in. There have been no appeals. And if anything, there's going to be an increase in parking by the looks of it.
Shush.
And the development is to include student accommodation. So we've got a proposal by.
No, excuse me, I'd like to make a
No, it's all right.
comment.
I'm very
Sorry.
that somebody has proposed. What's your comment on?
I don't think what the councillor gave was a planning consideration, and perhaps she should declare an interest in the fact that she uses the veterinary service. That's the reason why we should approve it. That's not on. It really isn't, Chairman.
Did you want to make a declaration of interest on this application?
No,
you don't have to.
Just that I know what the place is like,
No, but it's not a planning consideration that you approve something on the basis that you use it.
No, I believe that the no objections on this, it was proposed, that it's accepted because the use of the accommodation, the staff accommodation, by using one of the stables, that there's no neighbours overlooking, and we actually haven't got any grounds for any of the reason to refuse it. So the proposal was from Anne. You still happy to have that?
I am absolutely 100%.
Anybody then second that? Seconded by Paul. All those in favour? So that's unanimous. Two, Mr. Walden, to reinstate, make good an existing doorway. This is a retrospective application by all accounts. This came up recently, didn't it?
Yes,
Anybody got any comments or observations?
I've done a site visit, Chairman.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it. The only problem I have at the moment is that it's very limited parking down there because they're sorting out that wall.
Okay.
So I have no problem with the fire escape anywhere.
Well, okay. Any other comments or observations?
Is that before or after?
This is how it's been done. It's retrospective. This is what we've done.
No, I think the fire escape trumps parking, isn't it?
Sorry?
I said the fire escape's more important than the parking, although both are important, but.
Yeah, oh no, you can get out. It's just that they're doing, reinstating that wall
Yeah.
and they're having to put barriers up while they're working. That's all. No problem.
Right.
I propose.
Okay. The only concern I had about it was the fact that when you actually look at this, it appears to have a timber lintel above the doorway and brickwork. And under building regulations, it should be a steel lintel, and also it should go 6 inches either side of the door, and I don't believe it does. So even though it's been retrospectively done, I believe that we should pass back comments.
Can we go back to
You can put those, I believe that we should pass back comments to the council,
Yes.
the county council, that the town council perhaps has some reservations about what appears to be obviously or potentially a timber lintel, which is against building regulations. The lintel doesn't go 6 inches either side of the opening of the doorway, which is against building regulations. And the pointing and the standard of the brickwork suggests that it may not be secure enough. And if it's a fire exit, the door appears to open inwards, which is in breach of fire regulations.
Yes, yes it is.
So in that fact, whereas it's been done, I would, with all those comments, pass it back to the county council that perhaps they should investigate the door.
Can I withdraw my comment?
Okay. So the proposal is that we can't stop the work that's been done, but we've raised concerns about the standard of work based on those comments I've made. So the proposal.
I will second your comments on that because I was just about to point the pointing out.
Yeah, my concern.
And it doesn't even look like a fire exit door. It's
No,
rolled
fire
door.
well, no, exactly. So proposed from the chair then with those comments only that pass back to RCC, seconded by Martin. All those in favour? That's unanimous then.
It's good to have a building expert here.
Many streams on my phone. Right, number 3 then is Mr. Needham, single storey rear extension, 9 St John Clare, isn't it? This is 9 John Clare. This is one of the
new
Poet-
ones on the
Poet House, isn't it?
BCC.
so this is squarely in this is an our ward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any comment or observations from the rest of the council?
Have we got any objections?
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm looking at how tight some of those areas are down there. And when you look at the plan, the bird's eye view, where you see actually how much space it takes up. Which
what was
is,
that letter? Something about going through the car park?
what it is, one of the neighbours, this one here, she's expressed concern about how they're going to get the building materials around the back there, I believe. So, because what it is, I think they have shared car parking with their dual garages.
Yeah.
That one there, look at the picture in the lower area. You can see where it says the number 9 in it. So it's lower down. Move your mouse down. Alison. Lower.
They
Yeah,
can't get
go
down.
That's its right. So you can see there that's the area. The little grade, the cross section. That's where it's going to. And what it is the access is on that shared drive. It's a shared drive. But the thing is, if the builder's going to take stuff in just down that drive, then the neighbour hasn't got really grounds to object to that because it is number 9's property.
That bit of car park thing where the dust line is, will they get their builder's van lorry thing in there?
Yes, they will do. Yeah.
Without-
We don't know how big the lorry is, of course. So.
Well, I would be able to get having driven one of the 18 tons of Travis's, you could get one down there.
Yeah.
So.
No.
Obviously the building there are various diagrams showing this,
Yeah.
it's got good footings, it's done to a reasonable standard.
Is it a flat roof?
It's a flat roof with a bit of a weird sort of glassy dome pointy
Oh,
thing
that's
on it,
good, yeah.
which is quite common. That means it keeps it certainly single story, so it's not going to be overlooking.
Yeah.
I can't see any grounds unless anybody else has got anything to say on it. So, proposal that we've got no objections as long as the neighbours' wishes are abided by. Yeah.
Yeah.
So proposed by
Me,
Joyce, seconded by Anne. All those in favour? Yeah, and that's that's unanimous as well. Get down to the exciting ones. Right. Number 4 is a rear extension for a utility room, Glen Drive. This is in the north east, isn't it? There's nobody here from the north east, is there? North east ward councillors.
No, I'm not obviously.
So Glen Drive is just off Welland Way. All right, brilliant, got the picture there. Once again, I like these images that show the actual impact on the back of the property. I mean, it looks like number 1, for instance. Well, actually, number 1 hasn't had any work done, has it?
most of them have though.
Yeah.
I've driven round.
Is this a single story again? This isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll make notes because when I did all my work from the armchair. I didn't have to admit. Because sometimes you just have to do it. Yeah. Yes, this is Brian's, isn't it? Yeah, so, yeah, the neighbour raised, the only letter was from the neighbour to confirm that it was single story, which it is, because there's always a thing where if you go,
Yeah.
that people will be able to look over. Even if they did, I don't think they'd be able to look in for anybody's thing. On this one, 5 neighbours were consulted and nobody's objected. And given that it's quite a small extension, some of these I thought that if there wasn't too much of an increased size of footprint, I didn't think they had to come to council, but there's still certain things coming through. So, subject to, I haven't got any further comments, so I don't know if anybody else has got any concerns about it. It's going to be a toilet down there, isn't it?
Yes.
And yet there's, I know it doesn't matter, does it? At the end of the day, they're choosing to do it and it's not imposing on anybody else. So have we got any other comments? Yeah, town council at the moment, then we haven't got any reason, there's no grounds on planning to object to it, as long as it doesn't go 2-story or 3-story or whatever, then, which is not going to proposed by Joyce that there's no objection to the town council, as long as the neighbours are kept informed. Again, yeah, seconded by Paul. All those in favour? That's unanimous. Now this number 5, this is the change of use from a wine bar, isn't it?
Yeah, the child next door to
Costa, isn't it?
department
Yeah.
store. Or what's
Yes, Ford's is
Ford's.
Ford's and then there's an alleyway.
Yeah.
Any objections?
There's been no objections that I saw from neighbours or any others. I know that Martin, you put a comment on there with drawing some opinions. 5 of the neighbours were consulted, but none of them have put it in. I was impressed by the standard of the diagram. I don't, it's going to be, what's it going to be called, an optician?
Yeah,
Another one,
An
sorry,
optician.
an optician.
yeah. I'll put my hand.
Yeah, that's
I'm waiting for
please, yeah.
permission.
Yeah.
No, I think this is a perfect opportunity, you know, for the council when people say that we don't stop certain things. The wine bar obviously closed for various reasons, nothing bad, but you know, it's personal reason. But there's accommodation business there and everything, and I think it's a waste of a business and a huge location which employed quite a few people to change the use to what is specifically listed as an optician. And I think it's the opportunity we've got where we can say, no, we don't change it. But, you know, it was a hotel.
On what grounds?
What grounds, Brian? I
You
don't know
have
what
no
grounds.
grounds.
Well, we can just say, as a council, we can say we don't need another
No,
optician.
you can't.
You can on change of use. You're allowed to, on change of use, you can actually object by saying that there are too many opticians. So,
Right.
so that's what I objected on the basis that there are too many already.
You see, the bit that stretches to the back, then if you come across the bit,
Yeah,
that funny bit there, they own that as well.
yes, that's where the fish sushi is.
Sushi bar.
But it's been,
Still open, is it?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
it's
right.
been sold separately.
Right, but we're not interested in about the
No,
sushi bit.
we're
No,
the
just
red
wondered
bit.
if, you know.
Yeah, they're still doing it. Joyce is next, and we'll answer to you.
For those, Chairman, who have lived in this town long enough, that shaded in bit was retail area. It was Strickland's bakery,
I know.
shop. Spent many an hour there buying my bread. At the back of it is where they used to make the bread. This is just reverting this back to retail,
Hmm.
and I have no objection.
It's an optician's retail.
Oh,
Well,
Yes,
if that's you buy
yes,
it.
yes, yeah. So I've got, we're going to come to Paul now.
Yeah, I was just saying, Martin's comment, I don't think it's for us to tell business, there's too many of you in the town, if they think they can make a go of it and make a profit, I think that's down to them, not to us.
Right.
No, it's not up to us. We could put a tattoo
Other-
on.
Thank you.
But other councils do actually have a bit more say.
I'm going to come back
Yeah.
round, so I'll come back round to Anne, because she put her hand up and wants to
Just-
add.
obviously the wine bar was the class A4, so what actually is meant by class A1, I'm not sure, could you just tell me that? Is it just retail in general?
The one who can sell alcohol.
Yeah.
A1 can sell alcohol?
Yeah. I'd have to double check.
Mm.
But, right, so we've got any proposals? Well, the thing is that it has to change the class from an A4 to an A1, because of the alcohol involvement.
And it's the food involvement, Adam,
Yes.
because it's expanded into food. If it was A3, they no longer need planning permission for change of use. They can change it to anything. The planning is bonkers laws, but that I looked it up to see why it was being asked, but it is because it's got expanded food.
Right, class A1 is shops and retail outlets, and class A4 is drinking establishments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speak with that and
And
that.
A3 is pubs and
It's being reverted.
Class A3 is food and drink, yeah. Anyway, so.
food and drink. Sorry, I'm confusing around the numbers
No, that's right.
because they're moving from A3, aren't they? Sorry, I got confused.
A5 is hot food and takeaway. So, any proposals on the table? Have we got any grounds to object? I know that Ryan's highlighted the fact that do we need another opticians? Unfortunately, I don't believe that's a planning reason. The main thing is that the building does get used. I mean, these people, the opticians will employ somebody,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Hopefully.
I'm just wondering how they're going to utilise the space upstairs.
I think it's a total waste.
So bedroom,
Hmm.
Perhaps it's going to be opticians, and if you can find your way to a bedroom, you get one again. So are we going to the objections? If not, then we're going to have to support, or we cannot decline the application.
could they, if we say that it can be retail, could they then use the bedrooms and the toilets and things upstairs as flats?
Well, it's not up to us. It's not up to this council to determine a owner of a business how they run their business. I mean, if it was going to become, let's say, a nightclub, for instance, we would probably turn around and say, well, in actual fact, it's in the wrong place because of all the people that live nearby, because you know, it might not be.
So, sorry, Chairman, so then why can we not say it can't be an optician's if we can then say that we don't want it to be a nightclub?
Well, no,
And
I was going to
that's
ask
our
because a
role.
nightclub could attract more noise.
But that's the role of a parish council, is to get what the people want.
Okay, one person would, so,
We're getting off
well,
track.
okay, but I'll just give an example. So you have to have good ground. So is anybody a proposal that we,
I have no objection.
no objections, anybody? So, well, the town council's got no objections because at the end of the day, it's going to be utilised for a retail unit, which is what it previously was. So that's proposed by Joyce, seconded by Paul. Well done. Anybody, all those in favour, raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. All those against, 1, and abstentions, 1. So it's carried. Right. This is the this is the
West
dentist.
Road, yeah,
22 West Road.
Yes, it is, this one's
What's it called?
last month.
Maybe it's the wrong one. Thank you.
Yeah, we had a dentist last night.
In that sense.
No, it must be no. You're right.
Or maybe someone made comments about the dentist, but I remember dentists coming up for something.
It's not
we
dentist.
did have a dentist on with this, so
Yeah.
it's not this.
Oh, this is not the dentist. No, sorry.
Beg your pardon.
Have we got any objections to this?
Not that.
Right. This is Bright, isn't it? Here we go.
Right.
There was only 2 neighbours consulted, because that would be the ones either side. There were no grounds for objection registered on the website. It's going to be a flat roof, brick and render, UPVC and aluminium doors, and it's a single story re-extension. So even though these are very tight houses on this road, they're all terraced, aren't they?
Yes.
But once again, if it's only a single story, that's the existing. Can you just show the proposed, please, Alison? There are some on there, so let's go down. Yeah, it's very quite.
Have you got one where it shows how close the people are at the back?
Probably location block plan PDF or site plan PDF, whichever one. Yeah, we're doing. Right.
There.
So if you can zoom in on that, please.
Yeah, that's fine.
That'll give an idea of how tight it is down there. So whenever people in these terraced houses on these streets, they can go all the way down the gardens for 25 yards, but they can't do very much on width on this bit.
That's a very lovely extension.
It is.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go all the way around the bit. That's just showing the whole of their site plan and their boundary.
That's the
So they won't go all
boundary.
the way down there. That's just their boundary.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's not going to be 25 yards.
Right.
Yeah, it's quite a small extension.
Yeah.
The fact that it doesn't overlook, the fact that there's no objection by neighbours, and the fact that it is domestic living, and it will hopefully improve the standard of living there because people get a little bit more ground space. And the flat roof, not always keen on flat roofs, but people do this because of cost. Brick and rendering, keeping with the rest of the property. The planning guy hasn't got any objections, so council at the moment, I'd say propose that no objections based on the fact that it meets building requirement. Proposed by Anne, seconded by Adam. All those in favour? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's unanimous. Digby Drive. This guy wants to.
It's not on it for some reason.
There's no, there wasn't a lot. Look, there's nothing on
Yeah,
it.
but he's on phone before she left, so.
Yeah.
There's
The aim of the game is to create more off-road parking, which is fine.
There's nothing else.
The only concern is, I don't know what by doing it as concrete, it causes more water to go into the sewage system. Is that correct?
You want me to?
Yeah, no.
Sorry, no. Joyce wants to say something. Did you go round? Sorry.
Yeah, Joyce.
I went to have a look at 16 Digby Drive. It has got a camper van on the front lawn. It has got one of these wonderful Volkswagen vans as well.
Yep.
The flagstones are all in a mess. At the moment, the water is going into next door's garden and flooding next door's garden.
Oh,
To put concrete down doesn't mean that it's going to be environmentally unfriendly, because it's going to channel the downpours that we had tonight into the system. I have no objections to this, and I should think that the neighbours would be very grateful.
right, Martin.
Yeah, that was my issue, that it's going into the storm drain, because I read up on this thing, because there's been a few people who have done new drives and things, and there's a sustainable thing, which I find quite extraordinary, that they're describing a storm drain as a sustainable way of disposing water, because that's not a legal expert, but the reason the rules came in saying you can have concrete, but it quite clearly says it must not go into the road. And the reason it mustn't go into the road is because it goes into the storm drains and increases the flow of rivers and streams. So to me, I think planning Rutland County Council need to look at that very carefully, because they're connecting a pipe into the public drain, which, well, they might as well just let it run off the drive into the road down the drain.
Yes.
And to me, the regulation is quite clear that it must go into either flower beds, a soakaway, or a pond. That is, if you're having, what's the word, Adam? They've got a funny name for.
Yeah, it's non-foul.
Oh, no, about the porousness of the surface,
Oh,
how
yeah,
it
it must-
flows
yeah.
away. It mustn't go into storm drains. It must go into like ponds
Yeah, that's
or
good. Yeah,
or your flower bed,
Right.
or a soakaway.
There's
Now
a-
they're piping into a public
Yes, there's a
storm
comment.
drain.
There's a comment on these plans, which Alison's just going to read. I saw this, and it's worth. Apparently, there's a comment made on there. That's it there. Agreement with Rutland County Council Highways Department Water Authority for connection to storm drain by approved contractor before work commences. So
Yes,
it looks
that's
like
right.
it looks like
All right.
that they might have already covered this scenario. So, none of the neighbours have objected. At the end of the day, the person's trying to create more off-road parking, which, I mean, when you drive around Oakham nowadays, you can't drive around Oakham. It makes that simple. My only concern is to make sure that RCC and the Water Authority are conscious of those comments and that they have
Yeah.
picked them up. Is that the planner's comments, which is Rutland Planning, or is it?
I think that's the person who's drawn the plan,
Yes, Rutland Planning.
because they probably know that it probably shouldn't really go in, but that's not their job to say that.
Yeah.
I
So
think
I think
if
comments
we
should go along the
highlight,
lines is that, I mean, from what I'm picking up from a couple of people, is that the town council would want to ensure that, that the storm waters or storm drains are appropriate for the excess water that's now being taken on. You have to pay more when you have water going into storm drains for your water bill. If you come out the water thing and you actually have water from your downpipes going onto your garden, you can get reduction in your water bill.
No, I get somebody from next door sometimes.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a red herring, but what happens when these things get clogged up a bit? I mean,
What
is
was
there-
these? Stands for
Yeah,
the
it's
water
in the
authority have to clear them out.
Right.
Yeah, that is the responsibility of the water authority or Anglian or Severn Trent. So when their drainage gets blocked up, they go to drain. Unless, of course, it's on your drive into your sewage,
Yes.
for instance. And then they'll turn around and go, which on your drive is your responsibility.
Yeah.
However, that doesn't hold water. That doesn't really hold water, so they, a lot of the time, they will come and clear it anyway.
Yeah.
So can we say that we approve on the understanding that
Is adhered to,
Yeah.
that the storm drains can accommodate.
yeah,
I'm sorry, but I'm feeling very sorry if we don't pass it. For the neighbours, we're getting.
Yeah, but we said we'll approve it as long as they abide by, because we don't want to because if we overflow, if the storm drains get overstacked with water, this is what happened when they did all this building work at the old college, and the allotments got flooded, didn't they, by the railway track, because they ended up blocking the storm drain. All the way
But we're going to
through.
build all these houses anyway, so we're going to have to make them bigger.
Yes, well, they'll be doing the infrastructure better, yeah, but they won't be replacing this one.
That's why
Because this is on Digby Drive.
can I suggest that?
Yes,
Thank
did you
you.
capture that,
Yeah.
Alison?
what the importance of that.
Yes, yeah.
That we
That
approve,
that the
provide.
drains can accommodate
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
British
thank you.
House Fund that's going out of that.
Yes,
the,
And the water authority.
Well, it's sort of, I wouldn't say that they've agreed that. I think that's more to be read, that they're telling them to
Yes,
get
that's
agreement.
right.
It's not been
That's
agreed
what
yet.
I've just
well,
said.
we've captured
Yeah.
that. We've captured to make sure that those comments are reflected in our
Yeah.
comments. So that's perfectly happy. That's proposed by Jane.
Right.
Jane.
Those in
Joyce.
favour?
Seconded by Anne. All those in favour? That's unanimous. Hope his drive don't crack with some silence, because that's some concrete drives and nightmare for that.
This is the tree over to you.
Right, yeah, item 8 is Mrs. Angrave, the tree on Dean Street.
I've got nothing from
What
the
was
tree.
that?
Is this the, oh, the
That
computer?
was the system trick there,
I
because
don't have any.
It's-
we have no, well, you got this image.
Oh, so there's nothing from there.
Oh, what about
This is not the one Joyce was going to look up some information.
Shall we pass it round?
Because I looked it up, there's lots of varieties of the tree if it's the one that Joyce was.
that? We can get a connection, shall we?
That's, and don't forget that that's not in reach.
It's not a very good drawing.
I'm not an attitude then. Sounds like somebody's dragging their body out here. Right, so this is a pencil diagram that's attached to the application. This is section 7 of the application. What it is that the Dean Street is the line that's in the bottom there, and then it's got number 17, that'll be the house number. And then it shows a pencil diagram, so the outside line shows the boundary, in other words, the garden wall, for want of a better thing. And the tree that they're on about taking out, the Robelia, is the big circle with a little dot in the centre. And this image helps to illustrate how much of the garden this tree is overshadowing. So what did Joyce say, please, again, just remind us?
Right, this is a deciduous tree, of course. If you go on to Google Earth, you will find it's on there, but it is actually, the image is actually 6 years old. So on top of what you see on Google Earth, you've got 6 years of growth. It's not a frisia like the yellow ones that I have one in my garden, I'll tell you. And that was quite a big, got to quite a big tree. It's a black locust tree,
Oh, is it?
which is very much and grows very, very big. I've seen them grow to 3 stories in front of flats. It's not seen at the moment, thank goodness, from the street scene, so nobody will notice that it's gone. It will give more light. She's got a beautiful Choisia Sundance. It will give more light to the other shrubs and plants she's got in the garden. I have no problem whatsoever in recommending that it's felled. It's actually it's a very, very, do you know, the garden is smaller than my patio. And this branch here goes over next doors.
So I think the recommendation from the tree wardens is that the tree can be felled based on all of that. Any comments?
I have a question, because you may have noticed when the application was put online, it went through another council's form, but it also said it was a tree with a tree preservation order. Is that a mistake?
No, it's in a conservation area, so all the trees in the conservation area have an automatic TPO on.
Yeah, but you can you can take down a TPO tree.
Yes, of course you can.
Yes, but it is in a Dean Street preservation area, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
So, proposal by Joyce that it can go, should go, because of how much space it's taking up, basically, isn't it? And it's,
Yeah, that photograph doesn't actually show it in leaf.
no,
I mean, if I'd been there earlier in the year.
you didn't want to defer this till spring then?
No, thank you.
The proposal from Joyce that it can be cut down based on actually on the grounds of what this person said in their application, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
So, seconded for that? Paul, all those in favour? 1, 2, 3. All those against? 2. Motion's carried. The tree was okay. There has been no other business. This meeting's concluded at 18:35.
Yeah.
or 6:35
Yeah.
PM.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, what it is,